Oh, great. Good to see so many people here. So my name is Björn Jernström. I'm the founder and CTO of Ferroamp. So some of you have seen us before, but just a short recap on what we do. So we develop a software platform for managing power and energy. And more particular, this is related to solar cells, energy storage, electric vehicle charging. To go with that is a hardware platform that we also build where we connect these different devices onto local DC grids. Until today, we have more than 600 systems deployed, mostly in the Nordic countries, and since March this year, we're also trading on the Nasdaq stock exchange. That being said, we do have the possibility to do a direct share issue, so if some of you are interested in supporting our growth, we can accommodate you. Okay, so why do we need DC grids? Well, one of the key drivers here is that it's more expensive to transport electricity today than it is to buy it. And this is illustrated by the blue bar here. That represents the turnover, the total value of all the electricity being traded on the energy exchange in Stockholm. The red bar represents the grid costs that customers pay to access that electricity. So the logical conclusion here is that energy should be produced locally, stored locally, and used locally whenever this is possible. And this is where DC grids come in. So how can this look in the real world? This is one example. This is one of our customers south of Stockholm. It's a housing association with about 100 apartments, 3 different buildings, 3 different grid connections. But they have formed a local energy community using our DC grid technology. So even though solar panels are only one of the buildings, all the buildings and the apartments can still benefit from the solar energy. And in the same manner, they have an energy storage that is shared among the buildings. So how does this work? Like this. Okay, this may require some explanation. So the blue trace is the consumption, yellow is production, green is the battery, and the black is the net grid import or export. So what we can see here that even though they have load peaks exceeding 80 kilowatts, they have capped the grid power, the grid import to 40 kilowatts. And that gives a 50% reduction in the grid costs for this customer. Here's another case. This is the world's biggest DC-powered office building in Gothenburg. So they have solar panels, they have batteries, they have the entire HVAC system, 1,500 light points. Everything is connected using our DC infrastructure. Benefits here is lower conversion losses and inherent backup capability of DC grids. I also mentioned that we do a software platform, and just some highlights from that is that we have high-resolution measurements, 1 second of virtually everything energy-related in a building. We also have fleet management, so facility owners that have a lot of facilities, they can see all of their aggregated storage, production, and so on in one single place. Automated alarms to simplify operation and maintenance. And since we aggregate so many different things in this platform, this is the natural go-to place for customers to see anything energy-related about their buildings. And that helps us to maintain an end customer contact. So, and something that I would like to highlight last is why DC grids and DC technology is interesting. This is a comparison. On the left-hand side of the picture, you see our solar string optimizer. It's used to connect solar panels to a DC grid. On the right-hand side, you see a market-leading inverter, which is used to connect solar panels to an AC grid. So in our DC grid example, our unit weighs 4 kilograms, and it has the same functionality as the one which is used to connect to an AC grid, which weighs 20 kilograms. So here, we are saving on copper, we're saving on aluminum, and already in the installation phase, we make a quite big impact on the CO2 footprint of an installation. And this is excluding the actual CO2 reduction you get when you start operation. So that's it. And for those of you, when you think that you're done with Ecosummit and you feel to like watching some cool tech, you can always visit us because we are exhibiting at Intersolar in Munich. We're there until Friday, so booth C2 134. So there you can meet us and see all of these cool devices. Thank you.